The crazy part about it is I knew dudes that was police out there in Jersey and shit. And them niggas is saying shit to me like, nah, the cameraman told everything.
Oh.
That's another thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That was another factor.
When he said that shit, I was like, damn,
so
you know what? I never even thought about that.
Breaking down the situation.
Factor, yeah.
Word.
Breaking down the situation. He showed up to where you live and pulled out a camera.
Yeah, camera was rolling, yeah.
Was that the first time we saw something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you.
Look, I'm sorry, Ran. I'm sorry. I know you went through a lot with that, but the situation when you showed.
I'm gonna give you a tidbit with that, and I ain't gonna get too in depth with that,
Right.
Because a lot went on with that.
Right.
But that was the birth of VladTV right there. Vlad was holding the camera.
Vlad was holding the camera.
Right.
That was the birth of Vlad.
For Joe or for you?
For me.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, that was his verse viral. That popped him.
I was gonna kind of leave that alone. That's why I just said the cameraman. I ain't even.
Nobody.
I know Vlad. I
know him too. I've been in his
Vlad,
crib
you got a
before.
problem, nigga? Holler at me, man.
I mean, it's the truth, Vlad.
Like, yeah, but it's the truth.
I know Vlad.
So Vlad was holding the camera.
Yeah, Vlad. I called Vlad, like, you know what I'm saying, when after that shit happened, and yeah.
This is how many years ago? This was like.
This before, like, there wasn't no Vlad.
This is like 12?
Vlad was doing mixtapes.
This was years ago.
Probably more.
That's when he was calling
way
DJ
longer.
Vlad the Butcher.
Way longer than that.
Yeah, way longer. We talking about, this is ancient history.
But this was the first time people saw
viral, yeah. This is like the
that.
first viral.
And I'm saying this because we see it all the time now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
and
I
told
feel like
Joe,
was this the moment that started?
It was. I told
where
Joe.
People was like, now I'm gonna do something. Now I'm gonna do something. You know what I mean? Like this was the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told Joe, because Joe was going, at that time he was going back and forth with Vlad. And we was, I said, man, we did that. We made him. We gave birth to him. So you can't get mad at him. And he was like, you're fucking right. He was like, you're fucking right. So our stupidity gave him a fucking lane. So you can't get mad at him.
That was the same shit with French. French was holding the cameras for the Cocaine City shit.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And that birthed his shit too.
The fact, I got
Cocaine City was his though.
Yeah,
right?
that was his.
Cocaine City was French Montana.
Yeah.
He was holding the cameras for a lot of beefs and all that shit.
So for those of you that's trying to follow and don't get it, him and Joe had a situation. This was the first time we saw rappers like pulling up on each other and filming. And it was the time that he showed up to your neighborhood.
With the camera.
Talking shit with some people.
Yeah. Then to retaliate, I kind of did.
That was early 2000.
But this is the key point. The people around Joe and the people around you didn't have the relationship that y'all had.
Yeah, you can say that, yep.
And a lot of the energy that I felt propelled it
Right, absolutely.
was coming from the people around.
Yeah. They always boosted up.
always
Right. Because I want to, because back then I used to watch it and really, really watch it. Yeah. And I peeped that there was a moment when you pulled up, when something happened, I felt like you wasn't 100% comfortable with that.
I wasn't. And only real people, only real people that know what, I wasn't. Yeah, because I'm like, first of all, I'm like, this ain't Joe.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want that to happen to this, but I was upset. But you're right, I wasn't 100% comfortable with that shit. I wasn't.
That
camera too. I'm like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we fucking doing? Bro?
What are we
incriminating yourself?
Yeah, like I'm like, what the fuck?
Was.
See,
you see my face. You see my face. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
We telling them ourselves.
This was a part of the plan.
This was not part of the plan,
This was not part of the plan, man.
That's an exclusive. That was never part of the plan.
And then you look back at the door, and one homie was like, it was uncomfortable.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
Put it like that. And I'm glad you seen that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what the First of all, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
Yo, I'm sorry,
Did
bro.
they use that against you in court?
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Of course they
What the fuck are
did.
we doing?
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that,
was
The
but that-
stupidest shit.
But the shit echoed through hip hop. And now that everybody has a camera in their pocket,
So you putting that on us?
I'm not putting it on you.
I mean, that's
I'm
what
not
the fuck
putting
you
it on
said.
you, but I'm gonna acknowledge
I will
that
agree with you.
that was the first time we ever saw that.
Yeah, and going back to what you said before, that's why I pay attention to what I say now.
Right.
Because I know that effect that we had. Now everybody, like you said, with the cameras and all, and when it was happening, I knew it was fucked up. I was like, this shit is crazy. What are we fucking doing? And I'm glad you
right.
seen that in my face. A lot of
Yeah.
nobody ever said
Yeah.
that to me.
If I was
You're
a
the
lawyer,
first
I would have
person-
been like, okay, let's stop the footage right here.
You're the first
Look at his
person-
face. You can clearly see
He's
that
like-
he's uncomfortable.
He does
with
not-
what just took place.
Like I'm like, yo,
This was not intentional.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
facts.
you're the first person that bring that up. So I'm glad you brought a new wrinkle into an old story.
But I gotta apologize to you. I laughed my ass off because I could see that.
Yeah, no, I was like, yo.
I used to laugh my ass off like, yo, Red didn't know homie was going through
I know
that.
that.
And a lot of times, that's what it is. You have an entourage
Absolutely.
around
Mans
you.
in
Now
them,
they're there to protect you, but sometimes
They jump out the
they're
window.
there
Yeah, they jump out the
to
window.
get you in trouble. Dead ass.
Absolutely.
That happens.
Oh, it
You know what I
happened.
mean?
Yeah, it happened.
That happens. So, like the T-Rex situation, when I heard that,
Niggas calling.
Homie.
Yeah, niggas calling.
you know what I'm saying? What he said was totally separate from what Rex felt. But the camera was rolling, so he was like, yeah, word.
All right.
But when we get on the line, yeah, I ain't agree with that.
I like
feel
your
me?
segue, man. You good at this shit.
He said, I'm good.
Nah, because I like how you link
Right.
the two. Like,
But
yeah, I like
it's
it.
something that you know, this is why it always interests me to get. I didn't bring it up with Joe,
Right.
but you being here, like I had, like, yo.
Yeah,
this was
I don't
good.
like talking about it because me and Joe, we good. You know what I'm saying? I don't like talking about it, but you brought a different wrinkle to it and shit. And,
Yeah.
And a different reality to it. Like, it wasn't cool. Like, that shit was, nothing good came out of that situation.
Because that led to you doing.
I did a couple joints, did a couple years, you know, and we got Vlad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And nothing good came out of that situation.
Have you ever spoken to Vlad after that?
Oh, yeah. I remember I came home.
When you came home, what you said? Yo, nigga, you owe me like a couple million, nigga.
I never,
Your name was in a million dish records.
bruh, look.
Your shit
came
was
home.
in mad dish records.
Word.
Yo, look, I came home and shit.
I probably had like a bar, a ransom bar, show up to your door, like ransom, nigga.
I still hear him and shit.
For the
It's
ransom,
crazy.
nigga. You know what I mean? Like,
I seen a nigga Vlad, though.
uh-huh.
It was a Lloyd Banks event. I don't know, it was a birthday or something. I don't even know what the fuck.
Recently?
Nah, when I came home and shit.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what the fuck I was doing there and shit. At the time, you know, at that time, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story.
You just said that.
I looked at him like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing there, but that's a whole nother
Nigga
story.
like,
and shit.
right.
That's a whole nother story.
Right.
But yeah, I was at the Lloyd Banks shit, and his birthday, and I seen Vlad. So he like, yo, let me get you drinks and shit. I'm like, oh, what's up, Vlad? And shit. You ain't a cameraman no more, huh? Oh, nah, I got this. He was like, cause of you. I said, break it down. I think they gave him a record label or something. He got a crazy.
Did he write you?
Hell no, that nigga ain't. He can't write.
Did he write him?
Did he visit?
Nigga ain't do shit. Nigga ain't.
That's fucked up.
Nigga ain't
Man.
buy a Jack Mac or nothing.
That
No.
nigga is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I seen a nigga. He bought me a couple of drinks when I came home.
Right.
So now every time I'll be like, nigga, you owe me, man. I ain't gonna lie, he hit me up, what, 2 weeks ago, he hit me.
Yeah? Yeah. So y'all still,
No, I mean, I would never, for the record, I mean, not that he wanted me to do a show, but he hit me like, oh, you know, everything doing, I'm glad to see you doing whatever. So I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
yo, Vlad, man.
Nah, chill, don't do that.
Yo, Vlad, son. Come on, son.
Cut the check, dog.
Come on, son.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah, you know what that is.
We had discussions. I already know, man. Do the right thing, man.
do the right
do the right thing, son.
thing.
Word.
Do the right thing. Do the right
I'm
thing.
glad that we, you know, me and Joe, we moved past that shit.
So what made that happen?
that's another story in itself. And shit. I seen we used to,
My guess would be the entourage just wasn't around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. They thinned out through the
Right.
years and shit. So now at this time, basically, when I used to see him, we dolo.
Right.
You know, and it was at first it was tension, like, yo, man, like. So, you know, a mutual friend of ours, I'ma just say his name, that's because I don't give a fuck. Mike Kaiser. So, you know, I used to go out with Mike Kaiser and shit. And Joe, you know Mike. So he used to come around, I'd be like, yo, Mike, man, your man, like, and that's Mike Kaiser. At the time, he's the president of Atlantic Records, so I don't want to, you know, do nothing crazy and shit while I'm in his presence and shit.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, you know, me and him ain't, you know me, we ain't good and shit. He's like, yo, but he's like, matter of fact, fuck that. Joe, man.
Yep.
I said, yo.
Mike.
Yeah, I said, yo, I gotta, you know, yo, Joe, I gotta have a real conversation with you.
Right.
Like a real one. I don't care if it lead to blows or whatever the case may be, but we gonna have it right now. He's like, all right, cool. So, you know, we hashed it out. We both apologized for playing our parts in that shit.
Right.
You know, and we moved on from that. And then it just kind of grew from there and shit. I would see him and it'll be love, like, oh yeah, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. And it just kind of grew from there.
Wow.
Yeah, so we, like men, man, we just hashed it out and shit, man.
He realized there's a bigger picture to all this.
Yeah, and then for him, he like me, hard-headed and shit. So
Yeah.
if he's gonna apologize, you know,
That means something.
that means something and shit. So we both apologize. And me too. I don't throw around apologies, like, you know.
Right.
So I was like, nah, you know, I shouldn't have played my part in it. And he said, I shouldn't have played my part in it. That shit was stupid. But the one thing that we had to get out the way was like, yo, did you tell on me? Like, was that? And he was like, nah. And I was like, and I accepted that. I was like,
Right.
cool. We
And
good.
his name was never on no paperwork.
Nope, not that I seen, no, never.
So for the record, Joe Budden.
I don't know that nigga snitched him. He didn't, from my understanding, no.
No.
Cops, fuck the pigs. Shit, that's what we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
That's who told me that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they'll tell you anything.
They'll tell you anything.
They'll tell you anything, bro.
to get you.
They will tell you anything.
Yeah.
But
They'll tell
somebody
you,
on
yo,
the
your
scene
man
had
just
to tell
rolled on
though,
you.
right? Or they just made this
Yeah, you
up.
know what?
See, that's the question.
Yeah, someone did, but
Did
it wasn't.
somebody
it wasn't
on the
him.
scene tell on him?
It wasn't him.
Then if
It wasn't
you
him.
know that.
I told you what the cops told me.
I know it wasn't him though.
They told him it was Joe.
I know
They
who
told
though,
me it
yeah.
was. They told me it was Vlad.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Why you always throwing an extra wrinkle in this shit, man?
They said it was Vlad.
That's what I do.
They said it was Vlad.
Hey, yo.
I don't think.
That's
wait.
Wow.
What's more?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got is the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.